Hello everyone, this is Mistress Shani here on Oasis channel. You can visit Oasis at orisoasis.com for all your astrological needs, where she makes spirituality practical, which is why she also has this channel available to all of us. Previous video I talked about the letter J, the letter A, and now we're on the letter S. In numerology, these are three letters that are represented by the number 1. This is even before we go into the full aspect of anything. I wanted to break down the alphabet first so that you guys understand what each letter represents, and you're more cautious when you're saying words, speaking words, and naming your children. S, again, is also associated with the number 1, and it is a mental aspect, and it is part of the Kether in the tree of life, which is at the very top, or the head, which is one associated with the Most High. S in the alphabet is Shin, and that's S-H-I-N. In Greek, it is Sigma, and it is the element of fire. S represents fire, and you guys pay attention to this S. It represents a serpent. Really, really pay attention to this. And I like this because, yes, I am a bit biased. My name starts with an S. Excuse me. S reflects on creative trinity, which is earth, water, and fire. So those things are a part of the letter S, which is the trinity. And with the letter S, it is I am, or my teachings are. You know, you hear Popeye say, I am what I am, and that's all that I am, and I can't stand no more. But basically, his whole cartoon was teaching. And my teachings are for you to eat spinach so that you guys could, but basically I know his letter starts with a P. Either way, it's just the whole concept of my saying I am is the mindset of a person whose name starts with an S, like Sarah, Stephanie, Shani, Sheila, and their teachings are, most of them often are teachers. They are the life-giving heat. They have a choice of paths. They have the Christian conscious or the realm of senses. These are two C's here. You have your top C and your lower C. Top C deals with the Christian conscious, or the consciousness or higher learning. The lower deals with the realm of senses. The higher path becomes more towards divine love, this section here. The lower path, it deals with the sensuality or material matter and things like that. And this section here for the top letter expands our awareness. Since it is part of the letter 1 in the numerology chart, along with A and J, it also likes working alone. That could be a detriment. Definitely dislikes taking order because of this serpentine movement. It's always thinking and moving around with a direction. No one else knows the direction but the person that has that letter S in the beginning of their name. It intuitively knows what must be done on the inside and on the outside, because this open section shines light on that direction, the lower section shines light on that direction. It loves expressing its individuality, and if you know me, you know I do. The, again, top portion is open to the spiritual, the bottom portion is open to material, and it has the wisdom of a serpent. It's always in movement, always searching for wisdom. The upper half, again, this top section, or the C, faces light towards the future, light going that way. The lower faces light of material matter. And it always changes, or it's constantly changing for the right way to approach a problem. S's are always thinking. I mean, we're constantly always thinking. And often we have to choose between spiritual, which is the upper, and sensual, which is the lower, or material, which is the lower. And we're always debating between these two. And the negative thing about the letter S, or the people whose names start with S, is that we think too much of ourselves. We think highly of ourselves. We insert our independence way too much. We're enforcing this on other people so that they can see who we are. And another downfall is, even though we know these directions, we could take the spiritual or the lower, we tend to go towards the lower section, towards the lower path, instead of dealing with the light of spirituality. That was a downfall of mine that I had for a long time. You know, I know spirituality, but I just don't want to deal with it. I'd rather go over here and sleep with this guy. I was dealing with the lower half at that time, but I already knew this other section. And something Dee always tells me is, you have to decide on what you want, to take the moral path or take the other. Well, not moral, but she always tells me, you know, which path that I want to take. I already know the results because I could see where they are. And I'm sure the other people whose names, like Sarah or Stephanie or whomever's name starts with an S, they know which path to take, but most times it's comfortable working here, or we